Hi guys, welcome back to the 5th episode of Boiling Point. So as you can see, we got 2 guests today and we are really honored that we could have them. And they are the 2 directors of a really new released...
one director, 1 star.
Oh, yeah. So only one of you is starring in the movie. I'm the one being filmed. Yes. Okay, that's good. Okay, and it's called Road Not Taken, 未經之路. It's May, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry about my
Road Not Taken.
Cantonese. So, yeah, I guess we got quite a lot of questions for you guys today.
Yeah, so it's Samuel and Popsy.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw your film a few weeks ago at Chinese University and it was great. Mm-hmm. It focuses on Billy Fung and Popsy. Can you tell us, what was the goal of this documentary?
The film was actually started in 2014, and we were trying to grasp the HKU environment and the whole class boycott. But I mean, it actually turned out not quite as we expected because the whole umbrella revolution came out and it wasn't supposed what we wanted to be. But after the umbrella revolution, me and Nora, both of us are trying to think about, we have some footage of the umbrella revolution, but it's not enough to make it into a full story. We were both in campus TV of HKU, Students Union, and we are trying to we thought we can make it into a longer documentary, and then we thought, how about we extend the whole filming period into the post-umbrella period? And then that's how the whole movie came in pieces, because it's trying to capture Billy Fung, who is HKUSU, the president of HKUSU, and also Popsy, who have participated in the movement. And they're trying to do something new, and also their thought about the umbrella revolution.
Okay. Can we see pick 3, please, operator? I just want to show Billy, Nora, Popsy and Samuel in the photo, just so we know who people are. I took this from Outfocus's Facebook page.
Yeah.
So obviously that's you on the left, Samuel and Billy, and then Nora and Popsy.
Oh, this is a screening of Youngspiration, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was in a summer screening in where was it? Mayfu.
Okay.
So it was held by Youngspiration, and there was Bajio Leung and also
Yao Weizheng was there.
Yeah. Both of them. They are going to be join the Legislative Council election.
Okay, this is before the election.
Yeah, that's before the election.
Okay, thanks, operator. Okay, and that was the first full feature documentary by
both of
right?
us. Yes.
And what are you currently working on?
Nora is working on a new film. It's about the previous legislative election.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So, but I can't tell more about that because because
previous. Do you mean the one that
just
everyone
happened.
got DQ'd?
Yes. And Nora is working on it in Canada right now.
Okay.
Because she is exchanging right now. We should say hi to Nora.
Hi Nora. Work on your shit.
Yeah. So she is not with us because she's in Canada right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it should be upcoming in the next in coming summer.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I think we're breaking news. Like that's the first time this information is public, right?
I think it's on. I think the news was released a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but it's just one simple sentence.
Okay.
It's okay. And I thought I saw you mentioning about the umbrella revolution, but not the movement or whatsoever. How do you feel about that?
What do you mean?
As a revolution, you know, the
way you describe it.
terminology about to describe it as the revolution or the movement, or you know, because in Cantonese it's quite interesting because as a movement it's more like a really peaceful, and you know it's like more like a routine, you know, because movement is the same word as doing sports. It's like 運動. And you know, in some sense, is there a meaning of routine stuff, and it's good for you?
Okay.
To me, the difference of choice of word sounds like a kind of pep talk or a kind of display of attitude. Actually, whichever word you use, whatever you do on the street is the same. You sleep there. Yeah, I think it's more or less the same because many people around me or my circle of friends tend to describe that thing as a revolution, but they just do the thing those people who call them movement do. They just do the same thing. Yeah, so I think it's a kind of displaying of attitude, or to show that which party you feel closer to.
Or how you expect it to be, or how it meant to us, because I mean in the whole historical context, I mean you will study about what is movement, what is rebellion, what is revolution. But I mean it's way too early to discuss how this event's going to be. So I mean it's the historical significance. But I mean for myself or for the whole production team, I guess for us it had to mean something. It is way more important than a movement, but it kind of trying to change something. So using a revolution might be a much appropriate terms to describe.
Well, obviously there are breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Because in the past, when people went out on the streets, you know, when it's 6 p.m., they're all like off back home. They're going back home. But during the umbrella revolution, it's totally different. They're staying for days,
we
weeks.
did still sing, we cried, and we worship, but yeah, it's kind of revolutionary. At least we stay on the street and for 3 months. Well, despite there's no achievement at all, but it's a benchmark.
On the difference between revolution and movement, I think it's the old Democrats call it the umbrella movement, and the new Democrats call it the umbrella revolution. And as I think I've said on this show before, the new Democrats are actually, rather than democratic China being the ultimate goal of the movement, it's a kind of democratic Hong Kong. But to be democratic Hong Kong, it's necessary for Hong Kong to be separate from China, because this idea of democratic China, just people don't kind of believe it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like
old-fashioned.
Yeah, so it's about how you identify yourself, right? And so you two guys, how would you identify yourself? Like as a Hong Konger, as a localist, or as just average Hong Kong citizen?
Just young people, I guess. I mean, I don't like kind of
teenager who fight for.
You're this apolitical.
Not really. I guess I don't like being labeled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean the labeling has antagonizing different circles around young teenagers, what they are believing in and what kind of political stance they have. And I mean on various issues and also conflict, they may have a different choice or different stance. So I kind of don't think labeling is the right thing to do right now, because we have so many different opinions on all the issues.
Yeah, so you're a filmmaker first and foremost.
Yeah,
and,
that definitely.
That's the label. Yeah.
I mean, that's at least one thing that I can contribute to the whole revolution or movement, that we actually successfully finished a film. I think when we were doing all the recording and filming, we were trying very hard not to make the project go wrong or didn't finish it and gave up. And I mean, it's been a very difficult and also challenging it's a big challenge for us because I mean it is a first attempt to make a long 76-minute documentary.
Yeah. Can we show operator the video 1, which is actually your film or your short 5-minute film from the Liberation Day ceremony in 2015? Yeah.
'Okay, may I invite all of you to bow for prayer. In this afternoon, we come to this place in remembrance of the sacrifice of those who have contributed their lives in defending this land and the rights of the people.
因為我嘅工作以前我工作咧，我唔係一個普通嘅兵嘅工作，我係喺軍隊裏面嘅警察。即係我哋係被遺忘嘅一群，英文叫即係 forgotten， 我哋即係俾人遺忘咗，即係過去我哋對香港嘅社會貢獻，無論係打仗嘅時候好，和平嘅時候，我哋都即係對香港嘅市民都有一份貢獻。譬如話和平之後，我哋修橋築路，喺啲荒僻嘅新界地方，我哋幫佢起橋啊，幫佢搭電線啊，幫佢搭呢個水喉啊，冚唪唥都我哋以前嗰啲工兵去做。咁我哋以前有一班人咧，就專係咧每一個星期咧都去嗰啲荒僻嘅村落咧，就放電影俾嗰啲村民睇。你問下咩劉皇發啊嗰啲，佢哋一定睇過。
例如喺教育方面啦，其實香港嘅歷史係吸納得好少啦，其實甚至係可以話係冇嘅。咁同埋例如好似講緊今日香港重光紀念日啦，以前係一個法定假期，但係而家就回歸之後就取消咗啦。再加上香港政府就好似冇為呢件事去特別做一啲活動去 promote 一段歷史。
我冇經歷過戰爭，但係我從我學校香港大學裏面聽過一個有關校友嘅故事。呢個校友嘅名叫洪啟超。喺1941年12月日軍入侵香港嘅時候，佢只係一個好似我咁20歲出頭喺港大讀緊文學院嘅學生。喺當日朝頭早有接近250個日軍嘗試進攻呢個黃泥涌峽，但係佢哋仍然冇辦法攻陷1號同2號嘅機槍堡。喺呢個時候，1號機槍堡裏面包括住洪啟超裏面有10個嘅軍人，其中1個已經陣亡，有7個已經受傷。受傷嘅包括佢嘅中尉菲爾德，令到當時只係仲係一個下士嘅洪啟超要毅然承擔起指揮住機槍堡嘅責任。但係好可惜，最後日軍包圍咗呢個機槍堡，洪啟超最後亦都喺20幾歲嘅時候被擊暈。我冇經歷過戰爭，但係將我同呢一位70年前嘅校友扣連起嚟嘅，可能係同一份希望捍衛自己中意嘅人、中意嘅呢塊土地嘅呢顆赤子之心。
All right, so welcome back, and well, that's intense about the.
I mean, actually, it was The whole OutFocus page actually came up from. I mean, the video was shot by OutFocus Production. It's on our Facebook page, and it actually came from some short footage that we filmed when we were doing the whole Roll Not Chicken. So some of the unused footage we edited out and going to release on the Facebook first, and doing some kind of promotion before we released the film, around 1 or 2 years ago. And I mean the commemoration in the Saiwan Memorial Park is one of the first few short film that we had.
Oh, okay. So is there anything that happens behind the scenes, like captured in the camera or whatever?
I think Nora interviewed Benjamin, right?
Oh, really?
She did, but I didn't say anything, so I didn't make the final cut. But I remember that I watched that short documentary like many times because I was there, and actually I wrote like an academic paper about this
about
event.
yourself.
And it's like discipline observation. And I remember all the flowers and the dignity and the how solemn the whole ceremony was, with all those young people in dressed up very well, and the bagpipes.
And it was
a poppy on the shoulder.
And it was actually, I think, the first attempt from university students trying to organize a commemoration event, because before that it was held by other organizations, and it was from the HK some students from HKU trying to organize something to kind of create teenagers back in the history. And it is something that important for us for now also.
Yes, and the people who were there became very famous the following year because Edward Leung, Ray Wong, Badyo Leung, and Yawai Ching, I believe, were all there. And at this time, they weren't famous people.
Chan. But I thought, no, I think they were already famous by the time.
But this is
before
the district council election, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, because they were the look. They were like, the look of the localist.
Okay.
The last hope or whatsoever. Because there's absolutely no one who were, willing to give out all his shit and sacrifice his, fame or his job or whatsoever to do something for the good of Hong Kong.
They were already big names by then.
Yeah.
My mistake.
I think your filming actually took that event, the meaning of that event, to a whole new level because we have different degree of participation. So for me, I didn't go to that event, but after I see it on Facebook, I actually feel something because many of the participants and organizers are from Hong Kong U. So it's the first time for me to see them acting and dressing this solemnly, this formally. So I think you guys kind of set up a role model for young people like us. Oh, we are already grown-ups. We are the one who is going to take care of the history of Hong Kong. So there must be someone who need to visualize the ceremonies. It will become history of Hong Kong. Yeah.
And there were actually some people doing role plays by the time. I think have you recognized that? They were really
that was just recently.
Like
Watershed. I mean,
they dress up like a British
living monument.
Yeah.
I was also taking the whole event as a record.
Oh I thought that's really meaningful. I mean, in terms of Hong Kong history, it's good stuff.
Yeah, and I think the reason why Ta Kung Bao kind of went crazy about that event was because of the event the previous year organised by Watershed that we just saw. That's why they were so on edge.
Yeah, I mean for organization like that with just a short period of time that caught Tai Kung Pao attention is they really want to target them as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean our kind of short film production kind of addressed the whole history context of how you have to dig deep to the history of Hong Kong before you need to know about ourselves, our own history before you can claim yourself a Hong Konger or Hong Kongese. Yeah.
Right. And at the same time, of course, mainland China, China's communists want to kind of erase this identity and this history because they want to make Hong Kong people Chinese, to make Hong Kong more obedient and less troublesome.
Easy to rule.
Easy to rule.
All right, so
we're out of time.
Yeah, we'll take a 5 and we'll see you guys then.
經錯過我哋精彩嘅節目，而家上嚟呢個網址就可以訂閱晒我哋8大頻道，付費之後仲可以重溫晒所有精彩嘅節目。記得要訂閱我哋嘅 YouTube channel 同埋讚好我哋嘅 Facebook 專頁啊！